guys, how are you? So I am here today. We are making kombucha. We're gonna bottle some tea, some kombucha tea that's been fermenting for about 10 days, the first round. And we're gonna bottle it and do the second round of fermentation with some flavoring. And we're gonna do grape today. So I've got, I think, almost everything set up, and I'm just gonna kind of walk you through what I do. So that first round of fermentation is in this 2-gallon jar here. And what I did was fit this jar with a secondary spout. It's just a spout that has some higher quality to it than the one that comes with the jar. It's for the spigot. I think it's for beer, for brewing beer. And I ordered it off of Amazon. And we've got our bottles nice and clean. I just washed those and disinfected those. And you can see my SCOBY bubbling up through the top here. And we're gonna let that ride all the way down until we've got our bottles full. But the first thing we need to do is get our bottles with our juice in them. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Okay, coming back to you, these bottles are about 16 ounces. And I typically have enough left over to do a large 20-ounce bottle, which I saved from a ginger beer. And then I also have another 24-ounce growler that I use, and that about uses it all up. So the grape juice that we use is Concord. It's organic Concord grape juice from Knudsen, R.W. Knudsen family, and I get this organic from Whole Foods. I've tried other brands and I just don't like it as much. The probiotic bugs in my SCOBY like this grape juice. So they create really good effervescence, and it doesn't get sour or bitey like the flavor. It remains pretty grape juicy and it tastes delicious. So I do 1/3 a cup of grape juice, and I use a funnel in the bottom of these bottles. For the larger bottles, I just do a little bit more. So I'm gonna fill those up now.
Turn it up!
Okay, so now that those are full, woo, and I spill water everywhere. I want to show you, so every time I do a new batch, I take the gaskets and set them and soak them. I know. So these gaskets go back on the bottle, so I'm gonna put those back on.
Somebody save your soul, cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles, all these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug.
Okay, so I'm gonna fill up the rest of the bottle with our tea. And so that first like 10 to 12 days that tea ferments, it does get, it gets effervescent on its own. So I use a funnel, and sometimes it takes a little bit. You gotta let the fuzz settle. You gotta let it settle before you can top it off and then close it up with the gasket. I like to leave just a teeny bit of room at the top, like barely, like half a fingernail of room at the top, so that it gives a little bit room for some effervescence to happen in that bottle. And we're gonna fill those up now. Okay, I forgot to add that as I'm gonna fill up these bottles, I have, do you see that pot up there? I've got, let's see, this is 2 gallons. So I have just about 1 gallon of water boiling in that pot, because we have to start our next round. Once we empty that bad boy out, we are gonna start our next round of that large batch of fermentation. So these bottles here will only secondary ferment for about 4 days, or until they're effervescent enough, or I like the taste of them, typically like 4 to 5 days. So meanwhile, a new batch of this tea is gonna ferment for about 10 to 12 days. So then we have an ongoing rotation of always having kombucha in the fridge, unless I get crazy and drink it all in a couple days, which happens sometimes. So I'm gonna fill those up now, and that water is boiling, and I'll tell you why later.
Me a luxury, my sugar and gold. I want the good life every good night. You're a hot one to hold. even know. I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Somebody save your soul, cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles, all these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold. I want your sex and your affection when they're holding you.
Cheers. I always like to have a glass of it. Just, it's the original flavor. The effervescence is light, but it's awesome, and it tastes like green and black tea. It's delicious. So, we got everything bottled. I'm gonna wipe them off and close them up. But before I do that, I'm gonna add my tea to my boiling water and let that steep. So let me let you know what it's about 10 tea bags to 2 gallons is a great ratio. My friend Christina, my friend and business partner Christina Zorn, started doing this before I did, and she taught me her ways. So 10 bags seems to be the best. So I do 4 bags of original Irish breakfast tea from Trader Joe's. It's just these little pods here. I do 4 of those. And then I'm a green tea drinker. I really like the flavor of green tea, so I do, I know this is backwards, sorry guys, organic green tea from Whole Foods, and I do 6, excuse me, 6 bags of these, so 10 total, 6 green, 4 black. I've tried different variations. I tried a like a mango saffron chai. I've tried a bunch of stuff, and really like my go-to, what I really enjoy drinking, what I know works the best with this is green and black. That's what I like. So I'm gonna do that real quick.
Cause you don't even know. I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Every night when the stars.
Okay, so I have those bottles. There's links to everything that we used, so you can see what we ordered. But we've got, basically it's like a heating mat that you would put underneath like seedlings if you were trying to grow seedlings during the spring. So we have them sitting on that mat. It keeps it at like 75-ish degrees in our hall closet. We happen to have a safe in our hall closet that has a large enough surface area to set the mat and those bottles on, in addition to our tea that's in the mason jar. So if you don't have a surface like that, like Christina, my friend, uses like a rolling cart that's about yay big, like here, like maybe the size of this kitchen helper, that she sets off to the side. So just having a space in your house where there's not a ton of fluctuating light and temperature, that you can set that stuff where it's out of the way. So laundry room, I don't know, wherever you've got, that's the best place to do it. So I've got those put away, and now I have this SCOBY and leftover tea. So you want to use some juice from the previous batch to put into the following juice. And my SCOBY this round is big enough to split. So I'm going to put the secondary SCOBY in a mason jar and save it for either myself if I want to do 2 rounds at a time, or if I want to give it away to somebody, whatever. But it'll continue to grow as those batches and get thicker as those batches go on. And so we're at a place now where I'm going to split mine because mine's very thick, and I'm going to show it to you. So first, before you touch it, you really want to make sure your hands are clean so we're not getting extra bacteria in it. And I already rinsed out my bowl. So I want to show you. It's got all these layers now. So it started out as just like one disc, kind of like that one up top. But now it has all these layers. Do you see that? That can easily separate. So I'm going to go ahead and set this down, and I'm going to separate it.
Come out. Am I the only living soul around? Need to believe you could hold me down, 'cause I'm in need of some
So that's gonna sit. We're gonna rinse and clean this bad boy out. The soap that I use is from Shackley's Get Clean cleaning line, and this is the hand and dishwash liquid concentrate. I love it because, well, it's clean. It doesn't have any chemicals in it. It is botanically made, non-toxic, so I really like that, but it also does a really dang good job. So that's what we're using, just a little bit of that.
We could be screaming till the sun comes out, and when we wake, we'd be the only sound. Get on my knees and say your friend change round, that I can make your hands clap. That I can make your hands clap.
Okay, our water's boiling, so I'm gonna add our tea now. So I like to set a timer. Hey Zaya, what are you doing? I like to Zaya, come here. Come here. Say hi to everybody. I like to set a timer for the tea to steep to make sure that it's really steeping. So I set the timer for 11 minutes. Yeah. And go ahead and put stuff away and make sure that I've got distilled water coming up. So see, I'm already running low. So you just want to make sure that you've got filtered water that you're using. Obviously, the water that you put the tea in doesn't necessarily need to be filtered because you're boiling it. So that does its job. You're boiling it and putting tea in it. But you want to make sure that you have filtered water for the second gallon that creates the rest of that tea. And I like it to be cold because you have to wait for your tea to get to about room temperature before you add your SCOBY to it. Anything hotter than, I think it was like, anything hotter than 85, 90 degrees will start to kill off your bugs. So making sure that you're at room temperature is good. So if you add cold water to your tea, that will help make that happen faster. The other thing that you need to do is after your tea steeps, we're gonna add 2 cups of sugar to our tea. So I like to use organic cane sugar from Whole Foods. You could get it from Trader Joe's, wherever, Sprouts, wherever you shop that has organic cane sugar. That's the sugar that I prefer to use. It works great. My SCOBY likes it, so no worries there. And you're gonna mix that into your tea with it hot so that it dissolves, and before you pour it back into your mason jar. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes once the tea is
All your Western best don't ever deny. I'm like a stranger, give me danger. All you're wrong and you're right. Secrets on my way to the freeway. You're a keeper of crime. Still no conviction. Grapes of wrath can only sweeten your wine.
bonus, since we're waiting and I'm starving. I actually have this on my blog already, but this is my favorite snack, legitimately. This is about the only thing that I eat that you can't grow or kill. I really try to stick to vegetables and fruits that you can grow, grain that you can grow, oats, potatoes, all that good stuff, even rice. However, you cannot grow a rice cake. I guess in that regard, you cannot grow almond butter as well, but it's just crushed up. Not processing it necessarily. So I do these organic rice cakes, brown rice cakes from Trader Joe's or Whole Foods carry them. I like to smear it with some almond butter. I do unsalted almond butter, so you're just getting the nuts, you're not getting anything else. And then organic blueberries. top it on there, and that's my favorite little snack. All right, guys, we got like 3 more minutes left until that tea is done, and then we can add our sugar.
But you don't even know. I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Every night when the stars come out, am I the only living soul around? Need to believe you could hold me down, 'cause I'm in need of something good right now. We could be screaming till the sun comes out, and when we wake we'd be the only.
Okay. All right, let's tell everybody what we're gonna do. All right, so all we're gonna do is add a little bit more cold, yes, a little bit more cold filtered water, and just leaving enough room at the top to add our SCOBY and leftover liquid. And then we're gonna cover that up with, I guess you could call it a cheesecloth. It's just a, I actually bought these for diapers and never used them. They're just cheesecloth rags that you can buy anywhere. Target. Hi, yeah, are you saying hi? So you just cover that up. I use a big rubber band to go around the top, and then you put that with the rest of the bottles that are fermenting. I keep a little tally with dates on it so that I know what day I started my ferment, because sometimes life gets busy, doesn't it? And you forget, and you have batches go bad like I did last time. So that's it. That is the kombucha tutorial. That's how you make it. Yeah, is that, what do you call kombucha? Mama juice? Mama juice. Oh, that's good. So I'm gonna put links to, I'll have links on the page to everything that you guys would need to get started. And if you can get a SCOBY from a friend, great. I've got a couple. But also you can get them on Amazon. You can get them at numerous websites. They're very easy to get. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have questions, and I'll see you later. Thanks for coming on to Unfiltered Life and joining me in this journey.
Get on my knees.